Hey everybody, it's Lala Black Sheep, and I am here today to do my super late review of Basketball Wives Miami season 5, and this is going to be episodes 1 and 2 because I'm really late. I'm going to do episode 3 in a separate video. I did write notes, and excuse me for eating. I'm just sorry. I love you guys. You know I do. We family. I did write notes, and then I decided I'm not going to use them because they're really long and very detailed, and I didn't really think that episodes 1 and 2 really needed a really long and detailed review because it wasn't really a lot that happened. Episode 1 was really mainly about Evelyn and Chad and their whole incident, as she calls it. Since the incident, well, ever since the incident, when the incident happened, and I'm just like, yeah. I know when they started filming, it was new, but it's not new anymore. Okay, we went through it, we talked about it, we were upset about it, we laughed about some of it. We, saw her with the whole, her getting back with him and him going all crazy, trying to get her to come back, and all the Twitter stuff and all of her interviews. We went through all of that already, and then we came out of it and moved on to the next thing. But now that, the season just started and they're actually airing all the stuff that they filmed, we got to get beat over the head with it again. And the truth of the matter was, I didn't really need Evelyn's story. I understand that, like, this is something that happened to her and this is her story, but we heard her story. It didn't have to be on the show because it was everywhere else. We heard her. She talked about it. She wasn't one of those people where she's just like, I'm not going to discuss this at all. And then, just tune in to season 5 and then you'll hear my side of the story. No, she talked about it a lot. Okay, so we already know everything that happened from Evelyn's point of view. Okay, and I say that for a reason. So let's see, what did we do? So we talked about Evelyn. Shawnee and Tammy got together. Shawnee was just talking about how, she's not really going to be holding her tongue anymore. She's going to say how she feels. She don't really give a fuck, whatever, for her. Okay, and Tammy, on the other hand, was saying that, she's still working on her anger management. Sometimes she slips up, but for the most part, she was going to try to tone down and just chill out a little bit. She kind of, sort of regrets, her behavior in the past. And, and the way Tammy behaved, it got a lot of backlash. I'm a little irritated by all the backlash because of it. We all got robbed of a lot of stuff. My whole thing is, no, my child should not go to school and bully other people. No, my child should not have to go to school and be bullied by other people. Grown ass people shouldn't be bullying people, and grown ass people shouldn't be bullied. Bullying should not happen. I know that. My children know that. Okay? But I also feel that the show is for entertainment, okay? And if you were doing half your job as a parent, as an adult, as a human being, then you would instill those values and those standards into your children, and you would have those in yourself. And when we see stuff on TV that we know may be bad or, may not be how one would behave in public or behave in standard society, we shouldn't be appalled by it, because if we're that bothered by it, we can just change the fucking channel. There's a thought. I know that the way Tammy treated that girl, what was her name, Keisha or something like that, I know the way she treated her was bad. And I know that the way Tammy did a lot of people, Tammy and Evelyn did a lot of people, was crazy. The whole pocketbook thing when they were on vacation, and she and Tammy was like completely like bullying the crap out of that girl. I still want to say her name is Keisha. That was wrong, but I think that what was more wrong was Evelyn hurling bottles and dishes, at people from across the room. There's a fly in here from, we had the barbecue yesterday, because yesterday was Labor Day, and these bastards got in the house. And now it's like wherever you go, they just be like, hey, what you got? I swear for God, if I had something to just kill the hell out of them, I will. I hate flies. I hate bugs, period. I hate them. And they just keep flying around. And I'm just waiting. I'm going to get you. Okay? I'm going to make an example out of you, too. Remember that. Anyway. I think that Evelyn's behavior and Tammy's behavior, just the behavior on Basketball Wives, period. Like, you got grown ass women running around cussing and fighting and acting stupid and jumping and running across tables and throwing bottles and dishes and all kinds of stuff and punching people in the face while they in mid-sentence. Like, it's wrong. But it's TV. I'm not going to write a petition. I'm not going to boycott nobody because of it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to mess it up for other people that actually like it. You know what I mean? Because then you got Love and Hip Hop and all these other shows on VH1 or whatever. And when something happens, all we see is a whole bunch of this. And then it goes off. You know what the hell? So anyway, Tammy she's trying to be better. Okay? She's trying to... excuse me. It's too big of a gulp. She's got daughters. Tammy is a mother, and she needs to set an example for them, even though they're pretty old now. One's in college, one's getting ready to go to college. But she also talked about her situation with her ex-husband and how he's not really paying any child support. He's not supporting financially. So all of the responsibility, the financial responsibility is on her, and that also includes her mother's medical bills, because her mother has liver cancer, I believe, and the doctors were saying that she doesn't have very long to live, and apparently she's been in and out of the hospital. Her mother has passed away since this was filmed, so my condolences to Tammy and her family for losing her mom. She was very, very broken up about it, and it showed a different side of Tammy than I'm used to seeing. Just with her expressing her sadness, and at that time her fear of being alone and being without her mom. So that was a little heartbreaking. Then we see Susie. Let's see what happened. Susie came on like at the end, basically, and she was talking about how she had to get her bra joking. She had to get her jaw broken in a couple of places, and they had to like break her teeth off and cut pieces off and drill them together and everything. She basically had to get like her whole jaw realigned so she could get rid of her lisp, because she had a very, very obvious lisp, and I think she just got teased so much. She's on TV, and she's on TV with a bunch of ignorant ass women. Maybe it just made her feel some type of way, but she got some serious work done, because she was just doing some old like Kanye West Through the Wire type, just it's still a little tight, but it's a little better, and I'm like, it's weird to watch her talk. Number one, Susie has never been the most animated person anyway. She's always just been really, really like straight up glass of white milk, boring. Excuse me, unless she was gossiping or starting some mess or whatever. So to see her even be even more stiff and just like it's like she's a friggin', I don't know, dummy, and there's a ventriloquist just kind of talking with their hand up her ass. I don't know, but it's just weird to watch. Like her mouth isn't moving. So yeah, we follow Evelyn around all over the place, talking about how upset she was about Chad and all this other stuff, and that whole thing. You can see the little scar on her forehead. She had to get 6 stitches, I think, or something like that. And I did go online and see the actual gash, and that was crazy. Okay, like her head was just split open, like it was, whoa, that was a hard hit. God damn. Now She did talk about how devastated she was. I think her brother-in-law passed away shortly after that, so that was very, very devastating. The whole thing was just really devastating to her. And my issue was that she was talking. It seemed like she was more upset about the fact that she had to break up with him than the fact that he busted her in her damn forehead with his head. She was just like, oh, and I love him, and he was my best friend, and I love him, and he was my best friend. And what catches me off guard is the way she treated Jennifer last season. She was her best friend for a very, very long time, for years. 15, something like that, 14, 15, 16 years or something. And she threw her away like a dirty piece of paper. But, she was with Chad for like a year and a half, if that, something like that. Like, really jumped into that relationship fast. She slept with him real fast. They lived together really, like, it was a lot that happened really fast. And then it ended with just as big of an explosion as it began. And then she's like devastated and talk about how that's her best friend and everything, and she misses him and stuff. And it's like, what Jennifer did to her, because I don't really think she really did anything to her, was a lot less than what Chad did to her. And to see how she would just turn on an actual true friend, for the smallest thing, but still not be sure about whether she wants to walk away from Chad after he did what he did to her. And it wasn't just the headbutt. Like, that's the thing. It wasn't just that one fight where he busted her in the forehead or whatever and split her face open. No, it was all of the stuff that he did. The cheating, the berating, the jokes, the way he treated her on the show. She made light of it, but for me it was uncomfortable to watch. Because when I would watch them together, I didn't see all the love and the fun and best friends and everything. They had times where they laughed and stuff like that, but all I saw was him saying, like, I don't care about you the way you care about me, and I'm not really into you. And her going, oh, babe, come on, whatever. Like, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel, but I'm not giving up. That's what I saw, Everybody kept on talking about her with that whole just, you going to be cheating, you going to sleep with other women, and I can't do nothing about that, but at least tell me. Let me know what's going on. Go to the pharmacy or whatever, and get some condoms or whatever. I'm going to be really, really sick, but at least I'll know what's going on and I won't be caught off guard. You know what I mean? Like, I can't babysit you. We all saw that conversation. She was saying that she was so upset about the fact that it was only 3 weeks after her marriage. And he's got receipts. He's got condom receipts or whatever. But Chad was who he was. And he wasn't going to change just because you stood in front of somebody and you said a couple of words and he put a ring on your finger. It wasn't going to change just because you had a piece of paper or whatever that said that was your husband. If he really respected you and cared for you and wanted to change and wanted to be a good man, he would have been able to do that before you got married. You wouldn't have had to give him the speech about going to get condoms and letting you know that he was cheating so that it didn't wind up in the blogs or whatever or in the media and you would just be caught off guard. Those aren't conversations that you have with somebody that you're about to get married to. Those aren't conversations that you have with somebody that you're about to get serious with. I would never. I just wouldn't. If you even come to me, I'm talking about, you could be pissy drunk. You could have went out with your boys, got drunk, got high. I don't know, you could have surgery and be on some serious narcotic pain medication, just be talking out your mind. If you say anything to me about being with another woman, I don't care what state of mind you're in. I don't care if you're joking. We got a problem. And it might be the type of problem where I'm just not fucking with you no more. Period. From the conversation, from the thought. That's how I am. It is. I don't do the cheating thing. I don't do it. I just don't. And I don't understand how just because you're a basketball player or a football player or whatever, or just because you have a whole lot of money, or just because you're out there and you're famous, that needs to be a conversation that we need to have. Like, if you with me, you with me, and that's it. If you're not ready to be with me, then don't be with me. I'd rather you just not be with me at all than to be with me and cheat on me. So, Evelyn didn't seem like she was really upset about the incident. I think she seemed more upset about the fact that the incident forced her to have to walk away from him and leave that situation. And that means that, how old is Evelyn? She's like 40 something. Is she in her 40s? Maybe I'm aging her. I don't know. But at that point in your life, if you're still putting those things as priorities as opposed to the more important things, then you don't need to be with anybody. You need to work on yourself first. Because you don't love yourself enough or respect yourself enough to demand that same love and respect from your partner. So yeah. Now Tammy said that she talked to her daughter Shanice, who's a very, very pretty girl. I don't know, she gives me kind of bitchy tease. I don't know, she just seems like, and it may just, I don't know, she's a very pretty girl, and she may be the sweetest person in the world, but she just kind of comes off as a diva. But I could be wrong, because I've only seen her like for a couple of scenes, and that's it. But she said, like, nobody likes him, and I tried to tell you that something was wrong, and you didn't listen. You know what I mean? And Evelyn still seemed to kind of make excuses. I'm not going to do this for everybody else, and it's not about what everybody else feels. It's about what I want and me being happy, blah, blah, blah. She talked to her mom about it. She talked to the girls about it. Tammy said that people deserve second chances. And, she thinks that something really, really bad happened. But if you guys really love each other, then you need to try. Shorty kind of caught Tammy with that whole, would you give that same advice to your daughter? Looked like Tammy got caught up a little bit, but she was like, yeah, I would. I say the same thing about Chris Brown and Rihanna. Chris Brown and Rihanna aren't together anymore either. They got back together, but it still just didn't work out. I know love is love, and I know that people make mistakes, but there's just certain things that I just won't do, no matter how angry I am, no matter how much I want to hurt you. If we're together, I'm just not going to do it. When I was in my past relationship, there were a lot of things that were going on that hurt me to my core. It hurt me to my core. Shout out to Mimi. No, but there were a lot of things that really, really, really messed me up. And I really, really wanted to hurt them back just as bad. And I'm telling you, I went as far as like, all right, so we going to get together, right? We going to do something. But then at the last minute, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. I can't do it. I couldn't cheat. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It just wasn't, I could not. I couldn't. Last minute, like, the hell am I thinking? I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I just don't know. People make mistakes, but I feel like certain mistakes you make means that it's just not meant to be. You could love the hell out of somebody, but that don't mean y'all supposed to be together. I'm pretty sure there's like a million songs out there that say that, and poems and movies and everything. I could love you or you could love me, but we aren't supposed to be together, at least not right now. And Susie was saying that she thought that Tammy's advice to Evelyn was bullshit, and I agree. I don't know, because I think that it's not really about Chad. I think it's about Evelyn. I don't think that all of this is on Chad and whether Chad needs a second chance. I think Evelyn needs to stop, and she needs to figure out what the hell is going on with her before she decides to entertain Chad or any other man or woman, whatever. She's got a lot to work on within herself. You know what I mean? And as long as she ignores that, or she doesn't acknowledge what needs to be worked on within her, she ain't never going to be happy. She's going to keep on going for these caustic, toxic, self-destructing relationships, and it's just going to keep on ending the same way it does, and she's just going to be old and dried up, and still ain't going to have nothing that's worth anything as far as relationships and love are concerned. Love is concerned. So whatever. And there's so yeah, anyway, that was like the first episode. Okay, we go to the second episode. If I missed anything, let me know. I probably don't care though. So in the second episode, we meet Tasha. Tasha Mulberry is the wife of Stefan Mulberry, and apparently she's also a friend of Evelyn, and they've been friends for the last 9 million years too. They're supposed to be very, very good friends. And she's in New York. She's taking care of some things. She's also meeting a forensic accountant because their past accountant, I think, stole a lot of money from them or something like that. So they had to find out some things about the money that was being stolen from them, and it's just a lot of stuff that was going on. Stefan, Tasha's husband, is playing in China, and he's been playing for the past 4 years now, I think. So, she's home with the kids, and she's kind of doing a single mom thing. And that's a little hard on her, but she's starting some new things. She's got some new endeavors. She's opening up a weave bar, um, and yeah, that's when Tasha. So, and of course Tasha's like, oh well, the Chad situation, and me and Chad, because it's still new for her, even though it's not new for us. They're talking about that, and it's just hard for her. She's celibate, and she's just trying to get through, and she misses him, and she loves him, and he was her best friend, blah blah blah. So they're working out, like another day, and Evelyn comes out and kind of tells Tasha that the first book that she wrote, I don't know how many people read it or bought it, but the first big book that she wrote, she put in a story about a basketball player or something like that who cheated on his wife with their chef, which apparently is a story that is actually about Tasha and Stefan and something that happened in their marriage. And apparently, he had this affair with this chef or whatever, and I think he was supposed to pay her off to make her keep her quiet or something, and he paid her a certain amount but not the whole thing, and she wound up suing him, and they had to pay her the rest of the money. So it was a big thing. In the blogs, it was a big like gossip thing, is in the tabloids and stuff. But yeah, so Evelyn put it in her book, and people immediately recognized that as the Stefan and Tasha Marbury scandal, and she got called out on it, and she was like, I didn't put it in a book to be malicious or anything. I just wanted shock value. I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to be authentic and juicy, which I think is bullshit. Because if that's your friend, I don't care how juicy it is, you don't have to put it out there as exact and specific as it was, and not expect people to know what the hell you were talking about. And that's, Evelyn just always really seems to be about herself when it comes to a lot of things. So I'm not really surprised. But Tasha handled it well. I probably would have hauled off and smacked the shit out of her. But, Tasha was like, it is what it is. People had their stuff or whatever. It's in the past. That's fine. Kudos to Tasha, I guess, for handling it like a lady. I would have been perfectly fine with you just jumping on top of her and beating that makeup off her face. Y'all supposed to be working out and she all in full makeup. I can't with y'all. Child cheese. Yeah, Tasha looked like she was there to work out. Evelyn looked like she was just there to be cute. I mean, her face was beat. With her, yeah, so we're working out. So what else happened? Tammy is with her daughters. They're talking. Her oldest daughter, who's in college, needs driving lessons, but she hasn't gotten her license yet, and she's not a very good driver. She's having some struggles, and Tammy wants to help her learn, and she's like, I don't know, because you seem to get a little crazy when people don't do everything the right way the first time, and yeah, we all know that Tammy has some anger issues. That ain't no surprise. And Tammy's like, come on, I'll be good. I'm a very good teacher. And then she talked to her younger daughter about the fact that she wants to play basketball. She wants to play college basketball. And that's what she's decided to do. She's really good at basketball. And her daughters really seem to have some nice level heads. They seem to be really well-rounded. And that's impressive, because the way Tammy has been depicted in the past few seasons that she's been on the show, you would worry about whether her daughters, had a lick of sense. But they seem to be, pretty grounded kids. And she did ask her younger daughter about her, being in the studio and doing her music, and she was just like, I don't think that it's for me. Like, if I've been working on this since I was 16 and it hasn't gone anywhere, then maybe it's not meant to be. And it's like, kudos to you, because there are a lot of people that I know personally, who've been working towards a music career their entire lives, and they ain't nowhere closer to it than they were 20 years ago, honey. And I know y'all know who I'm talking about. If you think I'm talking about you, I am. No, I'm joking. I'm not being nasty. I just felt like being silly. So anyway, that was that. We see Evelyn is talking to Susie, and Susie's saying that, she's over being young and wild and crazy and drinking and partying all the time. She kind of looks at her life, and she feels like she doesn't really have anything to show for it. She spent all of her time being like a kept woman, if you will, with her ex-boyfriend. I don't think she was married, but I think her ex-boyfriend or whatever. And I honestly didn't care enough to catch the person's name, but he was obviously a basketball player because she's on Basketball Wives. There are no wives on this show other than Tasha, and Tasha just got here. Oh, but yeah. So, and she was saying how while you're in it, you think that, you know, the cars and the houses and the money and, you know, the clothes and jewelry and all the other stuff, all of the luxury is yours, but it's not yours, it's his. You know, you're living off of him and he's sharing that stuff with you. But when a relationship is over, all you got is your 2 bags that you showed up with in the first place. You know, I think she has kids too, though. That's something to show for it, but, you know, everybody don't think that way, so. And she just pretty much is like she's ready to do something with her life because she's not happy with where it is. She seems a little depressed, to me. Hard to tell though, because she has the same face for everything, so I don't know if she's sad or she's happy. Susie is so dry. Like, talking about her makes me feel like dry, and I just don't want to move my lips and talk and just like, hey everybody, I'm Susie. Yeah, so. And of course, Evelyn's like, girl, I understand. And then Susie talking about how she's still single and she just feels like her life is running away from her and this isn't where she wanted to be at this point in her life. And Evelyn's like, girl, I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm here for you. And oh, when they talk to each other, it seems so fake. Like when they be like, girl, when Tammy was at Shawnee's and she was crying about her mom and you know, her financial issues and everything. And, you know, Shawnee was like, girl, no, it's okay. I'm here for you. And it was like, it just looked so awkward and staged and everything. They don't look like friends at all. Which kind of carries on more in the season. You see it in the next couple episodes. I mean, in the next episode, the next few episodes, you see that Shawnee really ain't here for Tammy. Tammy ain't here for Shawnee. Evelyn ain't here for Tammy. Ciao. Ooh. Nobody's here for Susie. She's just there. So let me see. Tasha and Evelyn are together. I probably missed this. This may have happened before. I'm not really sure. Or she came to the house or something. I don't know. She met up with her like 47 times in the second episode. And she's saying, oh, that's a weird looking alien on Star Trek. She was saying that because all the ladies are in town, because I think everybody is in New York. This is Basketball Wives Miami, right? I don't think we've seen Miami yet. Everybody's in New York, so Tasha's saying that she wants everybody to get together. She wants to have a little dinner party, a little meet and greet, and meet the other ladies since everybody's together. And, you know, Evelyn decides to take that time to tell her, you know, watch out for Tammy. I think, Tasha made a joke like, Tammy's gonna be like, well, I gotta do da-da-da-da. And she was like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know how Tammy would be. And that's the truth, though. You know, Tasha can use what she's seen in the past to kind of assume how Tammy would be. But she acknowledged, like, I don't know how she would be, and I'm just kidding. And Evelyn's like, well, yeah, that is kind of how she could be. But, you know, let's not get her drunk. You know, she's a beer drinker. Don't let her have any shots. All this other stuff. And I thought that was kind of grimy to set the stage like that for her if you're meeting somebody new. So she tells her that, and then Evelyn goes to Tammy and she's like, you know, Tasha wants to have a meet and greet. She wants to kind of meet everybody. Tasha and Shawnee know each other already through their husbands or whatever. So they just kind of got back together. Was like, hey girl, how you doing? Yay, how you been? She mentions the Weave Bar again or whatever. Shawnee says something about producing the stage play, whatever. And then when Evelyn and Tammy were together, they were shopping in New York, and she tells Tammy that they want to meet. And Tammy's like, I'm over meeting new people. I'm getting tired of, you know, having to show new women or new people all the time. Like, this is who I am. She basically said, like, I'm sick and tired of having to induct these women into the school of this is how the fuck I am. And I kind of get it, but you're on a show. You got to meet new people. You guys want to keep on fighting everybody and having them, you know, fired because they didn't stand up for themselves enough or whatever, or they didn't fit into the little clique. Then you're going to have to keep on meeting new people because you can't keep nobody with the same little group of, you know, tricks that's always there. So, and she's just like, well, what's she like or whatever. And Evelyn's trying to tell Tammy how Tasha is and whatever. So Tammy's like, fine, I'll meet her. Tammy and Susie get together, and Tammy kind of drops the bomb on Susie about how Evelyn told her that Tasha wants to meet the girl. Susie wasn't aware yet, and she said that Evelyn put a story in her book about, you know, the basketball player sleeping with the chef or whatever, cheating on his wife with the chef, and she thinks that that's Tasha and Stefan's story. So she tells Susie to get some information about it off of the blogs or whatever and bring it up at dinner. You know, and Susie's like, yeah, because I'm the goofy one. Yeah, I could do something like that. And Tammy's like, you know, if I come out and I ask, then she going to automatically think that Tammy is coming for me. Because that's exactly what Tammy is doing. And Tasha's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm the one who don't know how to keep her mouth shut, and I'm the one that's always saying the stupid shit, so yeah, it would work out for me to do it. Really, Susie? But, you know, I think that maybe it's like written in her contract. Like, you want to be on the show, then you got to be the dumb bitch that, the dumb chick that says the stupid shit, and so she's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then Tammy says that basically she wants to know because she don't want Tasha to be thinking that she one thing or looking down on everybody else, knowing that she got her stuff. And I'm just like, Tammy's never met Tasha before. Tammy worried about what people think about her, but she automatically walks into situations where her back up about other people because they may be doing well in their lives or whatever. And I just don't understand why Tammy has such an issue with other people who are just doing well in life. And you don't know, everybody's got their stuff. Just because I'm living in a big house and because I got a man and I got money in my pocket doesn't mean that life is awesome or that my life is any better than yours, because I can be miserable. And just because you're coming to that big house to meet me doesn't mean that I'm trying to rub it in your face. This is just where I live. So they had the dinner. Everybody comes over. Tasha, she's got a beautiful house. You know, take your shoes off. My parents, that's how their home was when they got their home. You come and you take your shoes off. She actually got beer for Tammy to, you know, accommodate her because she brought her over, and I thought that was actually thoughtful. Tammy came in throwing shade from the gate. You know, oh yeah, Tammy has a weave line, and everybody thought that was going to be drama. And it's like, why? If she has a weave bar and she has a weave line, it doesn't make any damn sense. It's like having a restaurant and having somebody that sells food. Like, y'all can work together. There's no reason to compete. You don't do the same damn thing. You're in the same industry or the same field, I guess, but you don't do the same thing. So that was stupid. But anyway, so Tammy comes in, oh, I gotta take my shoes off. I know this is a champagne household, but do you have any Bud Light? And just being real shady and unnecessary. Tasha, I think, is handling things well. I think she can tell that Tammy is doing the stuff that she's doing because she's Tammy, but Tasha is still kind of weathering it. You know, I'm from North Carolina, and oh, we got some stuff in common, and you know, they come to the conclusion that the weave bar thing and the weave line, they could actually be allies. And then, you know, Susie, she's a little drunk or whatever, and she's like, you know, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? I can't do it with my mouth not moving. You know, you don't know me very well, and you could tell me to shut up or whatever, but I just wanted to know the story about the husband sleeping with the chef. You know, is that true? Is that your story? Is that really what happened? And Tasha's looking at her like, bitch. You know, she's just like, well, what do you think? Now, I think she handled it very well. That was how episode 2 went off. It was really messy. It was really shady. Tammy is petty. I don't know why she wants everybody to believe that she's a better person, but then she turns around and she does this little grimy shit. Evelyn is sneaky and grimy and slimy. Okay, she tells people that they're her friend or they're good friends or whatever, and then she does stuff that I wouldn't do to my worst enemy. All of these women, they're so messed up in the head, and they think that like what they do is good, and I don't know, but it's entertainment, you know. Shawnee, I'm not really feeling the long weave or whatever. I like you better with short hair, but who cares, honey? You can do whatever you want with it. And was there anything else? I don't know. If I missed something, I'm sorry. Just let me know. Comment below. I'm going to turn this off so I can do episode 3. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.